Hello, hello, Kalu Kalay. What are we doing today? Hello. How are we doing? So, we're going to talk about Cruciform. We're going to talk about Cruciform. Yes, we're going to talk about this fun and exciting game about Catholic action. Rigorous Catholic action. Hello, Orthodox Manly. How do you do? Solid's $20 bratty toaster. A Solid's $20 bratty toaster. There we go. There's Solid's $20 bratty toaster. Expand the full roster. Yeah, now the best part is that we can't kill the bratty toaster now. So the bratty toaster is going to be with us all stream. So have no fear. So, what are we doing today? Today, we're going to be staring into Oblivion. Really wish there would be something more, hello phone, something more productive to say, but legitimately it's that. Cleaned up a lot of things when it came to combat. Everything should work properly now. It's not perfect. Everything should be cleared up, relatively speaking. Again, we're going to need to fix how this looks. This will be a lot easier when it's in a book rather than a Google document, of course. We talked about finishers a little bit. Everything is here. And now we get to deal with major threats, because major threats are a pain in my fucking ass. See, the thing is, I would really like to tell you all I know exactly what to do here. That's the funny thing. I would love to say, all right, gang, here's how we're going to do this. We're going to do it easily. It's just going to be a click, 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 and it'll be perfect. The problem is, I have no fucking idea. Not a clue. Not a goddamn idea. I am flying completely blind on this section. I have no plan. So, if you ever have a great, awesome idea you want to share with the crowd, tell me, please. So kind of give you all a brief rundown. The idea of major threats and minions is that major threats are effectively the main antagonists. These are your main, oh god, these things are super big and super scary. We don't want to fight these things. These are your demons, these are your witches, these are your quintessential monsters that are going to sodomize your corpse after they're done decapitating you. Minions are things that die easy. Minions are effectively built to heal you, almost. That's kind of the main way. Now, effectively, this was the actual way to make enemies. Legitimately speaking, you just made a normal character, except they had a different amount of bumps to all of their attributes and abilities. What were abilities? Well, you know, they just kind of were there. You know, it's just kind of there. There's no actual description to how to make these things. They just kind of work. We need to redo the entirety of these. How do we do it? I don't know. But welcome to game design, everybody. See, I have a few options. Here's the thing, I have a few concepts. We can draw from a few different sources, but first I'm gonna work on minions first, because minions are pretty easy to hammer out. This is all a minion is. This is the big thing. These are all minions do. They do nothing else. They are literally cannon fodder. Now, the purpose of the minion is twofold. We're gonna open Miro to describe the purpose of why minions are in the game. Because how I envision this game, how I see this game, is not necessarily like, here's your group of dudes. You know, here's your group of holy, extreme Catholic action soldiers versus another group of extreme Catholic, Protestant action soldiers. I don't actually intend the game to be like this. What I intend on it to be is hey, here's your group. Here's, Sodomix, 7,000 Lord of Hell, who wants to violently eat your soul. It's like, okay, how do we confront him? Now, the problem is, it is these kind of characters, the, kind of like many against one, run into a very important issue. This is an action economy issue. Because it turns out, when you can take 4 to 12 actions against someone's 1 to 3 actions, I wonder who has an advantage. Gee willikers. Well, how could this possibly work? That's one of those fun and exciting situations where, how do you handle this? Now you could say, well, we're just going to establish a higher floor for their beat die. We're going to be doing like that. Got a couple ideas. But, so what we need to do is we need to actually bulk up his number of actions through gubbins, effectively. Just little shitheads whose entire job is not necessarily to be a catastrophic threat. It is to weed off these actions. Yes, we can, hyper-focus the boss, but on the retaliation, one of us is going to get fucked by all the minions. It's kind of like in any game you play, one of the optimal strategies is usually kill the ads. That's what this is supposed to be. This is kill the ads. However, this also doubles as a very important thing. Let's say you are getting injured. Ow, I'm in pain. What you can do is say, hey, I want to take this minion and I'm going to execute it. I'm going to defeat the minion in a special way. I'm going to increase my beat die, and I recover some conviction. I'm recovering health by defeating minions. It's kind of like in certain boss fights. In certain games, what'll happen is you'll be fighting a big boss, for example, and you've seen this before in many games. You'll be fighting a boss. And the boss will, at one point, be like, ha ha ha, I'm going to send my infinite waves of minions to kill you. He's going to send his minion waves. The idea that those minions are coming out of the woodwork to kill you, and while he's untouchable, usually the case is they are not actually supposed to hurt you. What they're there for is, if you kill a minion, if you kill 1 or 2 of these little fuckers, they're gonna drop like a health orb or something. They're dropping something for you to recover your HP. They're dropping something to recover a rage gauge or something like that. They are there to continue feeding you to stay alive and keep the attrition up. If you fail fighting them, you're going to be in a worse spot, but you shouldn't be able to because you've been training on them the entire time. That's kind of a feeling I want to represent. You kill enough of these guys, these are your floor chicken, if we're applying Castlevania terms. Kill enough of these guys, you get floor chicken. You want floor chicken. Why is floor chicken good? Because floor chicken keeps you alive. Because that is the main idea, is that you can take a lot of damage, but you can recover health really actively, but doing something. That's always the counterpoint. Yeah, I can recover a bunch, but I'm not doing anything. So you don't want to just recover endlessly, because nothing will happen. Nothing will happen if that occurs, and he's just going to be able to kill you faster. On the other hand, you're recovering if you're desperate. But minions are effectively, hey, here's a giant blood bag for me to actually heal myself. So, there's a couple ways to handle this. So, let's do... Nazi adjudicators don't naturally. Let's see. Minions by themselves can't outside combat or completely alone. The Adjudicator can almost instantly kill them with little effort. However, their strength lies in numbers and being able to overwhelm the group. Through wave attacks. Minions die immediately upon being hit with an attack. No matter the type of attack, or let's see. Minions die immediately upon being hit with an attack. Still saying the die value. This minion die is only action roll is the only action roll. Let's see, the minion die is the only action roll. Is the only die. See, each minion acts on initiative, acts on momentum zero, dead last in order of the size of their beat die, descending and in order and descending order. Let's see, each minion may only perform one action of their let's see, each minion may only perform one action. Let's see, each minion may only perform one action. Let's see. Each minion may only perform one action, but choose a group up into swarms to attempt to overwhelm the Adjudicator. Swarm of minions, depending on size, will add more of the same type of minion die together for the same type of action available. So what we do is So we do number of minions. Number of minions. Number of die in swarm. So one minion, one die. Effectively, you get hit by, if you are fighting one minion, you are effectively fighting, they're gonna roll one whatever their die is. However, if you're fighting 2 to 6, actually we do 2 to 5, 2, 6 to 10. I'm gonna be rolling 3 of whatever their die is. 11 to 15, they're gonna be rolling 5. 16 to 20, they're gonna be rolling 5. 21 plus, they're gonna be rolling 6. Now you may be thinking, Notepad, what do you mean by 21 plus? The idea is that these are legitimately 20 minions, over 20 minions have decided to attempt to attack you, and they are bundled together attempting to murder you. The thing is, you may say, wow, 6d6 is a lot in a game where, 6d6 is a lot in a game where you probably don't have that much health, and that's 36 health potentially getting hit by that. Yeah, I know, but on the other hand, remember, every minion takes 1 damage. So if you deal 10 damage to the minion swarm, you reduce their numbers by 10. I believe Reliquary would be the correct one. Yeah. From they don't fuck with this. From the don't fuck with this, harmony. There we go. This is effectively what minions are. Swarm them up, which generally speaking, you should be swarming them up. The femboy made VN is getting an update to make the text readable. Alright, some classes depending on the minion phase actually function at all in boss fight. Twitch chat is back and broken for me. A lot of VTubers and Notepad viewers also watch. Yes, because I do call myself an EN VTuber, as well as putting game development, autism, 4chan, and Zatsudan on there. Because is this not but a prolonged Zatsudan? Am I not your most entertaining? Right there. But yeah, no, it's trying to emulate that feeling of like, yeah, there's a billion fucking little shitters attacking you. Getting mauled sucks. Let's see. Minion actions. We're going to make table. Technically, they only have a few actions, which is going to be maneuver. Point in the arena. 1, 2 actually moves 2 in adjacent. Point in the arena. Kind of one of those things saying, yep, you are being able to move. They do not actually move on the daylight phase. So if there's a horde of minions coming at you, if you maintain distance, they will have to spend actions getting close so you can weed them off. It's kind of the idea, like, they're taking a while to actually even get to you. You can just shred through hundreds of minions very easily because they just go down that quickly. On the other hand, if you do allow 50 minions to crash into you, you're going to be in for a rough time. You can kill 10 of them around, possibly even more, but then they're going to attack you for 4d6 damage, which is going to be really hard to block, parry, or doing anything else against. You know, you've immediately made things a lot more complicated for yourself. Getting swarmed by minions is a problem. You don't want this to occur. It's in the same point as them. Dog pile. Yeah, it's like getting dogpiled is really bad, and then we want to technically do every all of them are like, I want to run away now. Fuck this. I'm out. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm scared and I'm going to die. That's effectively their mantra. It is a way for the GM to effectively protect the minion swarm by breaking them up. You break the horde, they're going to start running away. They break into individual groups, because if you notice, they can't actually dissipate once they're a swarm. The only way they can dissipate as a swarm is that if they break apart. If they say, okay, we're running like hell, you dissipate and you break into individual groups. Yeah, the minion swarm dissipates and breaks into individual groups. Each group may move to an adjacent point. That is effectively saying, okay, we're a group of 20, we're going to break apart into 2 groups of 10, but we have to move away. 2 groups of 10 means that you've effectively, if you kind of consult this, you've effectively made 2 free die, effectively. You've added a free die, because it's 2 instances of 3d6, for example, rather than 1 instance of 5d6. On the other hand, you're running away now, and that means you can get shot to pieces a lot easier. Kind of a way that's hopefully a way to stop people from being like, oh well, it's just a bunch of little minions at like size 1 that pings you, because that was like a big thing that apparently was occurring, was that they were able to ping damage very easily. Because at the end of the turn, like, you just do their minion die damage, and it's like, okay, that's not... like, that's supposed to feel bad, but, like, 5d20 minions are pretty awful to fight. On the other hand, those are 5d20 minions that you can now easily look at, and pop and kill immediately. You don't want to do that, because there's 5, but merging them all together, they get a little bit more, and they can survive a hit or 2. I'm assuming most GMs are going to try to get it in this range. There's going to be like 20 or 30, little teeny bopper minions around. Little teeny boppers. If we want to, what we can do is... minion. Let's see. Depending on the engagement, each minion may choose to adopt a single feature that grants them a unique ability. Minions with features cannot be merged with minions without the same feature into a single swarm. Into a single swarm. So to minion. Let's see, with that same feature into a single swarm. However, after the first feature, Ooh. Actually, so let's do like flying, ranged. Explosive is very dangerous. Let's see, what am I looking for? What would be some other fun and exciting abilities? Actually, you have five die, you deal 10 extra damage. Dangerous minions are, hey, I'm gonna fuck your day up. See, what are some other, I'm trying to think of like enemy minions throughout games, like what would be their gimmick? It's you're tough, it's really just kind of, you take a little bit too much health to kill, you deal a shit ton of damage inadvertently, you're very rapid, quickly, you actually just fucking explode, you have range attack, you're actually flying. Would explosive mean dealing 10 damage to a swarm makes you take 10 damage? Yes. That's the fear of explosive. The entire idea of an explosive enemy is imagine those enemies in every single game ever that run up to you and just explode. That's their entire gimmick. They're an annoying shithole and you have to kill them at range. That's those guys. They are extremely annoying and extremely dangerous. But if they're alone, 1 damage isn't a lot. 10 damage is a lot. And it's like, ow, I like... So it's like, you see an explosive enemy, you want to, hey, range guy, shoot him, or hey, bring out your actual gun and just start popping them before they even get close, because they're going to start exploding. Or just get through them. do mm. D4, D68. So effectively you have to be above a D8 to actually damage them. Doesn't seem too impactful, but you have to remember, hey, that's a... Yeah, let's see. There we go. Pitiful. They can't actually hurt you, but they offer no conviction. Here you're being swarmed by puppies. Like, yeah, don't worry. You gotta fucking hack your way through all the hundreds of puppies currently assaulting you. Oh god, why are there so many? Literal speed bumps. Yeah, again, if you want to be completely awful, you do pitiful and you do bulwark. Pitiful bulwarks, you can't get through them easily. That's the problem. You can't. I drank a beer and she was fuck you. And that's kind of the idea, is like, hey, a pitiful bulwark are just things that are just trying to just swarm you. That's the entire idea. These are things just swarming you to drag you down and make sure you can't actually kill, can't actually do anything. Hey, there's 100 of these fuckers. There's 100 of these fuckers currently swarming you. They are not dealing any damage. They're just dragging you down and you're stacking away at them the best you can. Like, God, there's too many of them. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God. How do we kill them all? I'll have you know, Manly, I am focusing on this. Being intelligente. What other feature do we need? What other feature do we need for minion? Think of literally any monster in any action game. What are we missing? We have the flying assholes, we have ranged creatures, we have creatures that explode when they get too close to you. The enemies that are inexplicably damaged sponges that are just annoying to deal with. The ones that hit like a fucking freight train for no actual reason. Fast ones that just bog you down, ones that keep fucking spawning. Teleporter, actually, Mm. 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 There we go. Teleporter. You can't actually move. They just teleport around like little assholes. Mm-mm. Pitiful, Manly, by the way. Mm. 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 Yeah, Pitiful can't attack you. Like, let's see, aura casters. Casters, I don't want them to have, like, actual honest to God. I don't want anything like actual honest God magic, because I'm like, well, you have to follow the miracle rule. No. I don't want to do that. Minions are supposed to be disposable fucking cannon bot. Actually, buffers, that's not a correct way. Mm, mm, there we go. There we go. An enhancer, if you, in case you just want to be a complete asshole. There we go. I think that's a good number of them, because this would technically indicate there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14. There's 14 of them. That would mean there are roughly 14 times. There's a couple combinations of minions out there. There's a few combinations of minions. Adjacent. I'm using the term range 1 just to indicate, like, it's not an adjacent point. It is within range 1. Therefore, if you're in a point, it's any point next to your point, just to keep the naming correct. That is something like adjacent and range 1. Like, after the manuscript is done, I'm going to send it to probably everybody in the server, being like, read this over and see if anything sounds weird. If multiple people say, this is weird, I'll change it, but right now I'm just trying to keep it in my head to make sure that sounds right. Okay, so we've got how minions function. Now we have to do the major problem. What do we call these guys? That's kind of the thing. Like, what do we call them? Because a major threat doesn't really roll off the tongue. We need to give them a good name to indicate what they are. These guys are the actual big threat. These are your, it's this guy. It's the raging sodomizing creature. It's if we are applying Warhammer Fantasy, it's a Keeper of Secrets, it's a Bloodletter, it's it's a Bloodthirster, I should say. It's something big and horrifying. In the manuscript, I'm going to include one of these, and that's going to be our sample campaign, which is trying to kill Nebuchadnezzar. Who's Nebuchadnezzar? Nebuchadnezzar's the infinite demon. He literally just cannot die. Every time you kill him, he comes back. He's Schrodinger's demon. That's the entire thing with him. As long as we can kill Nebuchadnezzar, he will keep coming back. That's the problem. That's going to be our sample. That's going to be our sample campaign, because the big idea is everyone can always kill Nebuchadnezzar, and then we can have a funny joke about how many times people killed Nebuchadnezzar. Hey, a bunch of people killed him, and this is how it worked. So, let's see, what are we working here? This is where there's a few ways of approaching this. We have option A, which is literally keep all the stats the exact same, and we do this effectively. And we just really get the math fixed up for this. Hey, this is exactly what this is supposed to be. This is exactly how it's supposed to work. On another hand, we do have a completely different game to kind of draw some inspiration from, which is Fear and Hunger, Solus Insomnium. Why do I say this is something that we can actually talk about? Well, this is the Denizens in the Dark system. Denizens in the Dark is effectively, they have their own stats. They have death, deviance, enchiritic, anger, tension, and hatred. But, as you kind of see, this is what they have. This is their entire thing. This is the amount of death they have. This is the traits. And these are whatever they get to choose. Hey, these are your traits. These are some sample traits that you can tick on, and like, here's what Crowmauler looks like. Things like that. It's effectively, we would dictate, this enemy is a demon of this strength with these abilities. This is what he would look like. This is a witch of this caliber with these abilities. This is what she would look like. But generally speaking, let's just write out a few things. So, major enemies. So we want to call these guys major enemies for right now. First things first, demons. Denizens of hell. Denizens of hell. Fuck them. Okay, easy enough to understand. A witch, which is demon spawn. Fuck them. Fuck them. Alright, cool. We've got those two things. What other horrible enemies would we encounter? Well, there's Fae. Okay, I think encountering the fair folk is always pretty good. Oh no. Is it a demon? No, it's some fucking asshole from the Sealy courts we need to stab to death because he's a little jackass and no one likes him. I'm like, what else would we be fighting? Big, scary enemies. Big, scary fucking enemies would we be fighting? Secondhand supernatural. This is a tainted supernatural. Let's. Well, I do have a server full of people. Also, I forgot. Thank you very much, Havan for following. Thank you very much. I forgot to say that. I do have an entire server full of dumbasses I can ping. Let's ask the Panoply and see what they have to say about things. Let's see. What do we Astral Chain, alright. No, it's you fight angels there, you fight demons obviously there. God hand. The Rising, Ninja Gaiden, its enemies, Vanquish, normal people, Beautiful Joe, which is usually just weird shit, 101. Okay, we've got a let's see. Color of the stars types. Dinosaur-esque, maybe like mutants. Cryptids kind of fall into like Fae demon shit. Cryptids would find their way into a lot of these things. Dark Mechanica. Creatures then, let's see. Creatures that are made from people, either the pitiful apocryphals. Yeah, effectively, you're seeing the idea. Like, these are just creatures that you would find. Like, yeah, it's kind of like, hey, you're fighting a big creature that is, like, clearly a centerpiece monster, followed by a bunch of minions. What's a demon? Demons are just denizens of hell that have found their way into reality. Nobody likes demons. They're fucking spooky, and they should feel fucking spooky. A witch is just demon spawn. They're a human being who has come to this who is pretty much born into this reality. Effectively, imagine you have to fist fight Dante from Devil May Cry, and you're like, this is gonna go very fucking bad. Fae bullshit, tainted supernaturals, pretty much anything supernatural in that regard. Undead abomination types would be a clearly unnatural undead, color of the star types, easy enough to understand. Horrifying mutants beyond the colors of time, different varieties. Dark Mechanica. Dark Mechanica would be more like, yeah, we're unnatural machines and shit like that. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it's the thing is like that. Like sea serpents would be tainted supernaturals, chimeras tainted supernaturals. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Life leech, basically vampires, corrupted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of the idea. Demons are your denizens from hell. These are clearly the main. These are the main antagonistic force. These are pure taint creatures. They are beings made of pure fucking evil, and they know it, and they don't really care. They infect everything around them. A witch is just a person who has demon blood. They are a human who has been demonically, effectively created. This is you fighting Virgil. You want to fight Virgil from Devil May Cry? You want to fight fucking Dante from Devil May Cry? You want to fight literally any variety of witch? That's all that is. Fae are weird fairy creatures beyond the fairy line. Where we stab them with holy fury and they get really pissed that we work for the big G. Tainted supernaturals are just supernatural creatures who have soaked in too much taint. This covers literally any supernatural, by the way, which is one of these big things. If you are a supernatural and you are attacking or working against the church, you are considered tainted. Oh, you're working with demons, obviously. Is that true or not? Doesn't really matter. You are just being an asshole. Undead abominations. Hey, you're not church-sanctioned undead. Hey, we're fighting a Hound of Tindalos. How do we fight a Hound of Tindalos? As like that's kind of the idea there. Mutants kind of cover a very large variety of horrible things, giant things. Tainted human beings would be Zanzibar core. I guess you would fall that into the same category as a witch. Well, actually, evil is subjective. Evil is not subjective in this. All that it is that do you have taint? If the answer is yes, you're probably not a good person. That's kind of the big thing when it comes to this. Like, there's a very clear, like, you have taint. No, stop that. I think actually that's a pretty good... I think that would be a good one. I think if we put tainted human beings in with witches, like you can become a witch, and you shouldn't want to become a witch. And if we do Zanzibar core, so kind of the idea of if it's a Zanzibar core, what I mean by that is a very famous line of Dark Souls lore, which is 95% of Dark Souls lore can be someone making an hour-and-a-half long video on a guy falling over and saying, Zanzibar, forgive me. And if you think about it, yeah, Zanzibar will never not be my favorite. Yeah, Darks will be like, let's give Myrmidon of Loss. Zanzibar, forgive me. Revolutionize games. There we go. Yeah, this is the fucking line. Revolutionize games. That's instead of story now, you can just have some guy with big sword named Myrmidon of Loss who gasps, Zanzibar, forgive me, when he dies. 20 YouTubers will make an hour-long video how deep your lore is. Also, you are the Myrmidon of Loss. We are entering next level shit posting. We've hit next level shit posting. Zanzibar, click to be forgiven. Zanzibar. I might have spent multiple times. Imagine classification called foolish for people who just think they control taint, safely experiment with it, but obviously it always goes wrong. What? I have some other dudes' emotes. Yeah, you, congratulations. How does it feel? You have this guy's emotes. Hello, Senkaku. Punk's not dead. It's... Oh, Lord. Oh, it's... Oh, this is very Russian. Oh, this is very Russian. Oh, no. Oh, no, kings. Okay, so... Mm. 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 What would be a good... What's a good indicator of, like, these guys are strong without just calling it boss? Like, oh, it's a boss. What are tainted supernaturals? Effectively, the idea of taint is is evil. It is literally liquefied demon juice that gets into your system and makes everything worse. That's the idea. If things are going really badly for you, it's because you have taint. Oh no, someone's sad. You have taint. It's if we want to apply Jujutsu Kaisen terms, it's cursed energy. That's the idea of taint. Effectively, it's bad shit that infects your bones. Demons are made of pure taint. That's all they are. No one, and one of the reoccurring jokes almost of this. One of the reoccurring jokes about this entire thing will be angels do show up occasionally. Angels will show up. And angels are fucking weird because they just don't quite get how people function. Like, they won't blink or breathe. You're like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. It's kind of like a Chainsaw Man when they actually meet an angel. And like, yeah, no, she's just fucking weird. They're like, why are you this way? I mean, like, I don't fucking know. This sort of angel is like, and Jews. Yeah, so it's kind of like the idea of like how high sinners could work. The entire idea is like it's not even like biblically accurate angels. Like, no, imagine a guy in just jeans and a t-shirt showing up at your church being like, yo, I'm Michael. Hey, Michael, what do you want? By the way, let me just poke you on the forehead. Oh, here, give me a sec. I'm gonna poke you on the forehead and give you the infinite knowledge of reality real fast for like a quarter of a second, being like, haha, that was funny. Being like, Michael, you can't do that. So I smashed that. Be more afraid. Yeah, angels are just funky looking. That would be kind of the idea. Is like they just don't quite get human. They don't human well, and they just look off. Like, oh hey, you're impossibly beautiful. You are like something is just wrong. It unironically, if you want to know where I'm getting the idea of how humans would function, it is from literally a fictional story from My Dress Up Darling, by the way. Because they talk about they talk about fucking this story in My Dress Up Darling. Scribbles here so he would understand. And it's a character named Haniel. And the entire thing in this fictional story that they don't talk about very often is that angels are coming down and they are all just impossibly beautiful and impossibly weird looking. And they're like, this is really funky. And they kind of freak everybody out. They're not very good people. Effectively, this is kind of what angels should feel like. Just very uncomfortable. something is very wrong when they show up. They're like, haha, like, I am not quite human, and I know I'm not quite human. But on the other hand, I do like you, I like humans. Why do you word it like that? Like, yeah, no, I get humans. I like them. I want them to survive. Why do you have to word it like that? Be like, you know, we're humans. Yes, the slice of life cosplay rom-com has an entire section as the latest arc is about a fictional series, effectively, and how the main character wants to cosplay a character named Haniel. And it's a lot. It's when you're so pretty, you literally find another version of the uncanny valley. Unironically, that's how some angels function. They are uncanny, and they are not fun to be around. Again, they don't human correct. Something about them is always off. Demons look unnatural. They are unnatural, and they say, hey, I want the world to be unnatural like me. If a demon is left to fester long enough, the entire area becomes tainted. Things break down, reality distorts. Reality distorts, and you're like, okay, I want to create a world that is like hell. And it's like, oh, that's awful. Angels come down to Earth. They're like, hey, I'm in your house now, and I'm going to be as accurate as physically possible what I think is human-like. And the way they kind of, just the way they kind of look, and then again, like, oh, they don't blink, or, oh, hey, she's not breathing. What do you mean she's not breathing? Well, angels don't need to breathe. Why would they? They're infinite creatures. They don't give a shit. Hey, angels, are you concerned about demons? No, not really. Why? Because they're not in heaven. It's not my problem. That's how they would be. Like, yeah, it's not really our problem. Less new agey indigo children. Yeah, you kind of get the idea is like the entire idea of that angels don't really have a strict investment in humanity or Earth or anything like that. They find it like, yeah, no, you're doing your job right. Like, oh yeah. Yeah, you get kind of the idea, less like. And that's one of the the more disturbing aspects is like, yeah, angels will show up. They don't show up for very long. They'll never show up for very long, and they will never attend congregation. That's one thing. They will never be there on Sunday. Because, generally speaking, the way they would word it is, well, you're not like the real thing. I mean, like, what do you mean we're not like the real thing? Yeah, the real thing. Yeah, don't worry. Bye. It's like, what? They are walking plot devices. Saw the vid. Have a mechanical question. Dice size thing is a way to actually stall your dice size or hold on to it for strategy reasons. No. How it works, very simply, is if you do an action, you increase your die by 1 step. You can hit D20, and you can stay on D20 for quite a while at this point. Like, if you kind of delay it and you use your actions correctly, you can delay on D20 for a while, and you can get a lot done at D20. But eventually, you're either going to repeat an action twice, forcing you to lower it down, or you're going to perform a finisher, which is going to reduce it down to D4. Inevitably, your die will fall. That's kind of the big thing. Eventually, your die will hit that D20, and then it'll fall. It's just a matter of time, and like the idea is kind of more like, do you want to have the? You can get up there pretty quickly, relatively speaking. It's one of those things like if things go perfectly well, if you start at D4 and things go perfect for you. You could probably, let's see, normally it would be D6, D8, D10, D12, D20. Normally it takes 5 rounds. If things go perfectly according to plan, and you get off a good reaction, for example. Let's say you get off a really good dodge. If you manage to dodge perfectly, you increase, actually not dodge, it would be, if you manage to parry perfectly, you go up a die step. If you were to succeed at your tactica, you increase your die step. In the shortest amount of time to reach D20 from D4 would be about, I would say, three rounds. I would say 3 rounds if things go perfectly. And I say that kind of as a broad statement, because if you, again, you take your first action, you end up, start at D4, you succeed at, let's say you perform a tactica in addition to and you get 1, so you go from D6, D8, you go to effectively D8 at that point, and then you would be, then you would go up to D10 if they, so about 3 actions, roughly. Are there any ways to do an action again without dropping the entire way? No. Well, sort of. Technically, if you perform a combo, you can do the same action repeatedly. You can attack 3 times if you perform it as a combo. On your turn, you spend the 3 and 6 momentum, you spend the 9 total momentum, you can attack 3 times technically, and you would not drop. On the other hand, if you attack the next round, it would drop. That's the entire idea of the beat system, is you are always trying to make a guess of when is the right time to drop your die, or to drop something. You can attack, if you have a D10, you can attack on D12 again. You're going to drop down to D4. It's not a problem. You can do that, but that's always the catch. The idea of the beat system was to get you to think a little bit further out. You can attack every turn if you want. You're just going to be sitting at D4 the entire time. And that's something that you may want to do. You may want to sit at D4, D6 the entire game to do that. On the other hand, you may want to build up to D20 and then do a triple attack and a finisher at the end of it to do a shit ton of damage. It takes time to get up there. You may want to do other actions in between there. That's always the thing. I can't gun down the bratty toaster. Yeah, someone saved the bratty toaster right at the beginning. But yeah, that is the logic here. It is always, it's a thinking game. I want you to think. I want you to say, hey, wait a second. I want to attack now. I want to attack right now because I know I can kill this thing right now. On the other hand, you could say, well, do I want to attack right now? I can wait another round, boost me up to just an additional die size. That's why there's that value of D12 to D20. It's like, yeah, D4, D6, D8, D10, D12 doesn't seem like that much, but then you hit that D20 and you're like, oh, this is really good. So it's like, do I want to save that? Do I want to wait on it? That's kind of the idea there. That was actually the big thing in actually Granbelm. It was actually a strategy in Granbelm to play a character who kind of attacked very, very consistently, that like D4, D6 constantly, because if you had an artillery piece, you could sit in the back and artillery a location. D4, D6 doesn't seem like a lot, but that's D4, D6 plus whatever your die is, consistently is damage when they cannot retaliate. It's not a lot, but it's something. Witch on a Holy Night. Well, what did you expect? It's called Witch on a Holy Night. Oh, and enemies only church maybe nearest. Mm. 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 I'm going to say no, you can't cause a chain reaction like that. However, this is the big thing with that though. If you want to be a little asshole about things, technically the idea of explosive is just deal 1 conviction and damage to no, actually to any target. Actually, any target. Stay within. There we go. There we go. There we are. Explosive minions won't kill themselves, but if you shoot a bunch of them and where there's another minion, you can just detonate all the other minions. There we are. That's a funny phrase, if they are. Let's see. Let's see. On the other hand, if you want to be an asshole with explosive minions, you give explosive flying and rapid, where they just go super fast, fly directly into you and explode. If you want to have the worst creatures available, or give them teleporter. Hello, it's me, the teleporting exploding Goombas. Youch! Youch, says an adjudicator as he fucking explodes. Yeah, is there some things you can do there to be complete awful? Yeah, there is. Let's see. As an adjudicator, responsible to send them back to hell where they belong. Sort of St. Michael cares little for what sinner bloodies the blade. Let's see, so Regardless, each Archon has 5 attributes similar to their Adjudicator counterparts. Actually, probably not. Unironically, probably not, because I've heard about Witch and the Holy Knight. It's more Kara no Kyokai. Because Kara no Kyokai doesn't have anything like that. Because it's Kara no fucking Kyokai. Yeah, it's just story. Because you're actually a Fate guy, Ironside. How does it feel to be a Nasuverse fan? How does it feel? Well, if you just started it, you can refund it. Come on, don't you want to refund it? Kara no Kyokai is the Glasses Girl Moe show. No, it is not. You love Grand Order. We all love Grand Order. It's the greatest game of all time. Let's see. I don't know if I want to give them the exact same... I don't know if I want to give them the exact same attributes or if I want to give them different represent them being different and allowing the GM to is on his own accord. Or do I want to change the number of attributes they have? Because if we change the number of attributes they have, there's less to work with, but each enemy is a little bit less focused on doing things. But is that a bad thing necessarily? Is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing that enemies are easier to work with? That's a question. Is it necessarily a bad thing? Hmm. Give me a moment. Hmm? Oh, no, that wasn't my my mom or anything. That was the only lover I really have. Uh, uh, Alcohol is humanity's best friend. What would I be if I abandoned a friend? So, hmm. Hmm. We could just give them these stats. See, there's two answers here. Either we give them the basic stats. Give them the basic stats. B, we give them new stats. See, we give them new stats reduced. Like we give them like 3 stats. That's their entire modus operandi. What's your thoughts on the anime Bartender? Never heard of it. It definitely looks like a... It definitely looks like an anime. Yep, that definitely looks like an anime, alright. Of course, we also have hello Springfield. Hello Springfield, how are you? How do you do, Miju? Hmm. Hmm. Cocktail Autism has its own beautiful shit show. I'm not actually into super heavy drinks though. That's something I think a lot of people think about me, that I'm like really into like, ooh, you like heavy drinks. Not really. I don't go out of my way to drink like fancy cocktails or anything. Good whiskey gets me going though. I like a good whiskey, I like good rum. I kill for a White Russian though. Vodka is funny because vodka either is really, really good or fucking sucks. There is no in between with vodka. It's so interesting. I have a specific hatred of tequila, though. Tequila? Fuck tequila. I fucking hate tequila. I don't like tequila. Yeah, because not only does tequila fuck me up, the one time I had a lot of tequila, I fucking staggered home with my friend, fucking vomited my guts out. It was the worst night I've ever had, but it was very funny. Everyone's like, you don't even remember what happened, man. Like, I remember everything perfectly. Because I have never been... Here's the thing. I have never been blackout drunk. I've been pretty fucked up before, but I've never been blackout drunk. Because I don't like getting blackout drunk. Because I can usually tell, I'm fucked up. That's the first instance of I know I'm fucked up and I really shouldn't continue drinking. Is when I stop. On the other hand, when I am fucked up, I am still coherent enough to understand things. Though I do have a unique relationship with Fireball as well, because I cannot see Fireball as a real drink. I see it exclusively as a depression drink. It's very funny, though. Jägermeister is one of those drinks. Someone buys you shots when they don't know any other kind of drinks to give you. Kahlua is good. I like Kahlua. Here's the thing, though. I like Kahlua chocolate. I like Kahlua, like, fucking, there's a coffee creamer out there, which is Kahlua coffee creamer. It's really fucking good. Kahlua coffee creamer is really fucking good. There's no alcohol or anything in it. It's just the flavor. It's really good. I like to get it every now and again if I can find it. Can't have a lot of it, but it's pretty good when I do. I don't even like it like in drinks and stuff that much. See, that was the sake. I have my really weird relationship with sake as well, because fun fact, I went to a special convention. It was an adult convention. It was an adult anime convention. I was like, okay, cool. This is going to be some fun stuff there for adults. And it was a bunch of people just meandering about a lot. It was not actually very interesting in the slightest. But they had a sake tasting thing going on. And I used to have like the full-on cups and everything. They actually gave you that for free. But I did a sake tasting thing. That's how I always imagined sake, is just being vaguely disappointed in everyone. And drinking pretty decent sake. I drink shitty beer. I drink shitty cheap beer because every other fucking type of beer is a goddamn IPA. I fucking hate IPAs. I fucking hate IPA. I don't know why I'm like, use my IPA, man. Fuck you. Fuck you. But man, here's my IPA. Fuck you. I don't get IPAs. They taste like dog shit. I have had dozens of IPAs over the years. Because I'm like, oh man, because the people keep telling me, oh man, Notepad, this is going to be the IPA to change your mind. And you want to know what it tastes like? Piss. It tastes like piss. And they all taste the exact same. I have had a bunch of different lagers. I've done a bunch of different lagers, ales, stouts. Bunch of different like types of various drinks. I like a lot of them. A good blonde ale goes a long way. A good amber goes even farther. I fucking love amber ale. A good amber ale, I will fucking kill someone for. But I am a stout man, though. A good stout. A good heavy stout. Nothing more you can wish for. If I cannot chew my beer, what's the fucking point? But it's funny because, like, there's so many goddamn, like, IPAs. And it's like, I don't want an IPA, I want a real beer. And I get so sad because it's, you either get the cheap stuff or you spend like $13, $15 on like an Imperial or something. And it's like, I can't justify that one. That always hurt. But I like my local beer. I like my local crafts. See, what I need to do, here's the thing, here's what I need to do. I need to actually go, there's a brand new tap house that opened not too far from me. Brand new, redid the entire thing, looks beautiful. I need to go in there. And I need to just talk, and I just need to drink a lot of beer and really enjoy myself. Just splurge $50 or whatever and just drink. Mwah. Love good beer. Every now and again, they also hold like a beer fest around here. Every year I want to go. Every fucking year I want to go. And every year something happens. Something happens. It's so fucking maddening. Oh man, Notepad, I gotta go do something. Oh hey, Notepad. It's catastrophic thunderstorms. Beer fest is canceled. Like, fuck. Fuck, no. No! Well, I did feel pretty bad. My mom got me a bunch of beer for my birthday. And my mom was like, crap, I don't want to get him some good beer. So she went to a place that sold like pretty much the largest collection of IPAs in like the state, pretty much. And she got a bunch of beer, and it wasn't stuff I would normally get at all. Though she did get some good stuff in there. It was a French toast, not Pilsner, it was an ale, I think. The French toast stout. Mwah. Mwah. That French toast, like, there's a nice little brewery around here that does amazing fucking beer. I love it. I could drink that shit constantly. But I can't. Because it's expensive. Well, because IPAs are cheap. Like, that's the funny thing. Indian Pale Ales are really cheap to make. And if you notice, this is the funny thing. Next time you are in a store where they sell alcohol, go to where the IPAs are. And go to where all the beer is and look at them. Really look at them. Because you'll notice your crappy lagers or whatever are actually pretty humble labeling. They have it very front and center, and it's like, welcome to Dark County Beer. Welcome to this beer. Or yeah, very simple. It's the beer drinker's beer and shit like that. It's very to the point. But if you go to an IPA, it's like Raging Hog Water Double XL Cockball Torture. It's the 8.9% super bitch or whatever. They all have like really fucking weird names. Because that's how they sell it. It's the cheap, shitty stuff they can make really easily. Because IPA is super easy to make, relatively speaking. That they can then sell it to you at a higher price because it looks pretty. That's literally how their model works. And that's why I fucking hate them. Because unironically, it's the same shit that happens, to bring this full circle back to tabletop role-playing games, same shit that happens in TTRPGs. Here's something we've made really cheap, really easy. We're going to dress it up a lot and then sell it to you. Once you see it, you can never unsee it. It's super fucking annoying. I get so infuriated. I'm like, god damn it, because there's some that look really cool. Like, oh man, that looks kind of neat. And then you're like, wait a second, this tastes like piss. Fuck. Yeah, no, always support your local breweries. the local places. See, that's the one thing that I love about the UK. The one thing about the UK that I adore more than anything is that you could walk down the street and you could find a pub fucking anywhere, and they will pour you a cold glass of beer for like $2, and you can drink that beer, and it would be a good beer. No matter where you go, you get good shit. None of that IPA bullshit either. It's lagers, it's ales, it's good shit. God, see, yeah, no, British pubs are amazing. And you can find them fucking in. Now, mind you, some of them are really tiny, and I will always remember one. And I went to this pub, I drank at this pub, I enjoyed this pub. It was called Cock and a Rock, and it was a rooster on a rock. That was the fucking name of the beer. It was Cock and a Rock. There was like 5 seats in it. I got a beer, I drank my beer, and I fucking left. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotions for your channel. Adroitability. Adroitability, I want you right now to drop 50 subscriptions. Right now, 50 gift subs. And I will consider going to your website. 50 gift subs. All right, everyone, we're going to count down to 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the bot's gay. It's a bot. Go away. Hee hee hoo hoo. Time to go away now. Fucking idiot. Let's do that a lot. They give you a jokey name. Big one like Sierra Nevada Brewing comes straight up now. Yeah, I like the straightforward names. It's good. It gives you exactly what you want, gives you exactly what you need, and exactly how you're gonna do. Mwah. Perfect. Perfect stuff. All right. And with that 30-minute conversation about beer done, adroitability. Yes, adroitability. We saw it in the wild, everybody. Adroit's a word. You can't make fun of me anymore. What milk? Now that he's inside my head. Bang, bang, bang. Pull my bird off the trigger. fucking deep. God damn. I can't escape D&D. Well, if we're going to realize that a vast majority of enemy encounters are just going to be conflict, we can really break it down into maybe, who's pinging me? Who's pinging me? Ping, ping, ping. Hey, motherfucker. You son of a bitch. I'll have you fucking know I did not get a goddamn English degree. Fuck English degrees. Fuck anyone who gets an English degree. God, those fuckers were annoying. Every single goddamn one of them. I spent 3.5 years getting 2 degrees that are useless. Thank you very much. I want to work. Fear. What would you call faith? What would it be their faith? What's wrong with calling it faith? Demons don't have faith. It's kind of the idea that the adjudicators have faith. That's the entire idea. Adjudicators have faith. You believe in the big G gives you shit. Enemies won't have that. This is kind of their, like, it's kind of a universal term to describe. This is your ability to draw upon a complete sense of ego. And I guess we could actually call it ego. Sending a better word for ego. A better word for like rage, blood, hate, ego. Because the thing is, it's not, again, we can't just assume that these are going to be just demons. Because these are demons, witches, fae, tainted supernaturals, abominations, colors of the stars, mutants, dark mechanica, and Nephilim. So, ego should work. It covers a little bit more, and it would cover... It would cover a lot more. Let's see this. Hubris, then. You, such hubris. Blood, hubris, rage. Actually, would be blood, hate, hubris, rage. Blood, hate, hubris, rage. Here's what we supplant it with ego, but we describe it as a combination of humans and what does blood represent? Blood is is their toughness, effectively. So, let's see, each archon faced by the adjudicator. Similar, let's have 4 attributes similar to their own, reflecting their abilities. Reflecting their abilities. Feel. Back up here, and then all the way back up here. Shit, we can't use. No. Ego is a good word. We should use that. We can't. Blood. Archive will have an anima type similar to the Adjudicators. Twisted Soul mutating. Ooh. Okay. You all have an anima type, and we have our anima type. That we. Ooh. Mm. 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 What would you call a uh mm, what would you call effectively a cosmic horror thing? What would be a good way of referring to it as a cosmic horror? Um mm, 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 mm. There we go. Mm. Okay, this is where things start getting a little bit complicated. Okay, so I need to act one. Once we see everything, we button this, and then we hit none, and then we hit this. You, we none, and then this. Doing, we sort ascending first. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. outsider, outside of God's light. Yeah, it's effectively like, yeah, God made, God made the world. Unfortunately for everyone else involved, he also made, there was darkness, and because darkness exists, there's a fucking beings who live out there. Well, now outsiders. Kill outsiders. Dismember outsiders. Rip them in half. It doesn't matter. However, this leads to our, if we go to drive, Cruciform, the right one. Oh. So if we take our arbit value, and we instead get rid of this, technically arbit here, so this and some. So if we have an arbit value of 18, technically we need to get an arbit value of 18 ourselves, and we really only need to worry about attributes. So if we're using our arbit values, if we do okay, so if we used our arbit values as an abomination, what does it do? You are undead fucking monsters. You are unholy creatures that deserve no mercy because you are incorrect creatures. Oh god, why do you exist? Hatred. Let's say you get a 5. Blood for hubris, you're only gonna have 1, but rage is your we'll see. 5. Dark Mechanica, you're not going to have very much hubris, but you're going to have 4, 5. Actually, let's. There you go. So Dark Mechanica are really freaking tough. Demon. If we're going to do this, demons should feel a little bit unfair. They're going to have no, this isn't right. Ah, shit. This isn't right. Abominations. Abominations don't have any. They have pretty good heat. Nephilim have meat. Outsiders have Paranatural have so blood. Blood is endurance. Just pure fucking meat on the bones. I think abominations are tough. Dark Mechanica, signature thing. Demons are not as tough. They are not tough. Nephilim are a little tougher. Outsiders don't need to be very Paranatural, average, which is our shit. Fuck. Shit. Fuck, god damn it. Cunt. Shit. I haven't broke anything. It's just this isn't working. That's the problem. This isn't working the way I'm seeing it. Because in my head, here's the thing. In my head, this should be easy. Effectively, all we're trying to do is we're trying to create a system of being able to create an enemy on the fly. Pick your whatever your anima type is, apply a few bumps, you're off to the races. That's all an enemy is. Very simple way to make it. But that doesn't work. This isn't working the way I see it. That's the problem. Shit. So now I'm looking at this. How do we make this work properly? The idea works. The execution is not working. There's a right answer to this. What is it? What is it? What am I missing? Because at the end of the day, we have one central enemy. One central big fucking tough enemy will require an entire team of adjudicators to fight. But how do we determine? How do we determine what's it? How do we make sure that this works properly? This isn't about the type. That's the thing. This isn't about the type of creature. This is about the math behind those types. Because effectively, gosh, What I'm seeing here, this is the issue that I'm seeing. Effectively, every single enemy here, let's say an abomination at this point, if we were to take all the arbit values here, we were to apply this perfectly, an abomination would have a D12, D8, D4, D8. This is what an abomination has. Here, yep, D10, 12, D12, D8, D4, D8. Dark Mechanica, D20, D6, D4, D6. Demon, D6, D4, D4, D20, D20, D6. D6, D8, D12, D6. 8, D6, D10, D8. 4, D12, D8, 8. 8, D10, D8. 6, D6, D8, D10, D10, D8. This is effectively what we're working. Okay, easy enough to understand. What do you go from here? Do we just assign like a various amount of points to it to give them a very much basic difficulty? Because we don't have to worry about skill ranks for enemies. Because why do we need to worry about skill ranks for enemies you're only going to be really encountering in a combat scenario? You aren't going to be encountering characters outside of their combat scenario. Because you're not encountering that, why do we need to worry about it? So, these are the only for combat stats. That's the issue. However, with this, what do we do here? Because if we give them arbitrary stats, do we give them a number of bumps based on the difficulty? But how do you rank the difficulty? It's not the fact that they're what we're working with, it's the fact that it's the numbers. Something is wrong with the numbers, and I don't know what it is. What am I missing? I don't know what I'm missing. I have no idea what I'm missing here. It's there. It has to be. Are these the big bosses? Yeah, these are the big bosses. Because the thing is, these cannot be too high, because then there's no way to develop them. As you kind of see, like a D20 here and like D20 here and here already indicate that we can't improve those at all unless we add in a way to bosses get a way to add in extra dice or something, which is weird. And like evil miracle, like, yeah, no, evil miracles are like already a fucking nightmare to even consider because miracles aren't even fixed yet. And it's like, what do you do there? Do we give them this arbitrary bonuses like we did minions, or do we give them benefits elsewhere? What are we missing? Or do we abandon this entire premise and just go in a different direction? I feel like I'm missing part of this puzzle that I'm missing, and I don't know what it is. What am I missing? We give every single one based on the number of players and the number of difficulties. These things come to mind mechanically. 1, some kind of mechanical curse which affects the sub-enemies that are... What? Are fought. 2, add a number of one-time boosts based on a creature type per player. Some kind of mechanical curse which affects sub-enemies? What? What are you talking about? Oh god. Oh god. I'm gonna be staring at this all. If I'm a witch, maybe smaller enemies the players run to can hide as frogs. staring at the screen all night. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hold off on this for a second. I'm going to... Now I'm getting... See, the problem is now is that I'm getting frustrated with myself, that I can see what the... I can see what it is. That's the thing. I can understand what it is. I can get what I need to do, but it's how do we do it? That's the part that's interesting. That's the part that's going to bug the shit out of me until I fix it. And the thing is, there's no right answer, because if there's a right answer, then it wouldn't work. Meantime, what I'm going to do is this. Because I need to do this, and I'm going to do it now, so I don't forget about it. I'm going to do this now because I just need to think, and it's going to bug the shit out of me, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it tonight, and I'm just going to fucking get mad at myself that I can't think of the... I'm going to get mad at myself that I can't think of the right answer. Because at the end of the day, that's all this is that I cannot think of the right answer. And because I can't think of the right answer, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And because I can't think of what I'm doing, I'm getting frustrated with myself. How did I get here? Let's see. How do I want to do this? This is kind of a very prelim schedule for the rest of July. What I should do. Let's see. Do we have anything in particular? Do we have anything in particular I should do? That on for myself. Just get what videos do I want to do this month? Let's do let's see. Actually, you know what we are going to do? I think first. Waka waka. We want to U2 because we already did U2. Technically, I forgot. I need to add it. Meat Punks Forever, and we need to add in what other game did we? Super Meat Punks Forever. How did I get here? I think we would want to probably do, actually, is a... We do Rift Breakers into a... I want to do another design thunk. It's been a while since I've done a design thunk, and I like doing design thunks. The problem is I haven't been able to think of a good I have not been able to think of a good design thunk. That's kind of one of the problems I've been that's been one of the issues that I've been actually thinking of with it, is that I haven't been able to find like a good thing about to make a designed thunk on. And because I haven't been able to find a good idea of what I would want to make a design thunk on, it's like, okay, what do I want to even talk about? That's kind of the issue there. I have an idea of what I want to do, which does make... This is very much a preliminary schedule. I'm calling it a preliminary schedule because I don't quite know how things are going to pan out. We're probably... I want to do the Middle Earth case, get it out of the way, because people have been doing stuff there. Don't know what's going to go on here. I'm playing this a little bit by ear down here because there might be a week I need to take off. So, I'm going to kind of leave the bottom here as kind of an improv thing. If things go according to plan, we'll add it in here, but this is just going to be kind of like my preliminary little schedule. Keep it in my server. I do actually have an entire server that I just use for myself and nothing else. No one else is in there except me and a few bots. Will you legit call a video the OSR incest pit? It is going to be Notepad. It's going to be Notepad Unconquered and the OSR incest pit. That is literally what I'm going to call it. Because the video on also no more classroom videos this month. No classroom videos this month, but we're going to do a design thunk. I like design thunks. They're fun to talk about, just random ideas for games and how to make them work. My big goal was that there was going to be a big video every month that I consider a big video. It's like, hey, it's a classroom, it's a design thunk, it's more of a meandering conversation video. Like, I want to actually talk about something. Then I think the Unconquered Incest Pit is going to be an interesting conversation to have. Because what I want to do with that video is say, Unconquered is a game that exists entirely because this incestuous way of how OSR games are created exists. And everyone works with each other, and this is the final result. And the only reason people dislike it as much as they do was because it got caught. It got caught doing it, and people didn't like it that it had the Habsburg jaw, effectively. That's all that it is. That is going to be the actual review on Unconquered, which is it's the Habsburg jaw. And it's kind of like, yeah, there's a bunch of these games, and one of the gimmicks is going to be I'm going to show tables from a bunch of different games, being like, yeah, they all are effectively the same. All of these games play the exact same methodology, but they all borrow from one another. This was the game that unfortunately had the jaw. Wasn't even a video, it was a blog post. Yeah, exactly. It was, well, the thing is, you have the Unconquered, like Unconquered RPG, plagiarism thing, which is on here, which is Traverse Fantasy. This is the big thing, December 4th, 2023. However, you have the I think it's called HBO Bomber guy. HB Bomber guy, the one who looks like he's covered in shit. You have this human being. Now the thing is, he made that video. He made the, plagiarism video, and for some reason this came out right after. Like, well, I've been planning this, for a while. No. Like, yeah, no, don't think you're like, yeah, I don't think they were being very creative there. It was very calculated. They knew exactly what they were doing. And the big thing there is, again, it just got caught. It got caught, and they don't comment on the fact that a lot of these other games, for some reason, all borrow from one another. Conveniently speaking, everyone borrows from one another. It's fine when we borrow, but not when we borrow too much. When you show that you're borrowing, it's okay to cheat on the test as long as you make it look like it's your own. And Unconquered was just, again, the Habsburg jaw. And that's why I think it's interesting to talk about that as, by itself, if you take Unconquered in a vacuum, it's just it's a really, really dull OSR, NSR shitbrew. It's another one. And if you were to put this one next to any of these other fucking games, it would be the exact same quality. Strategy games that can be converted into war games or RPGs and design thunk. There's a couple, like, I was either going to do, like, franchise games Notepad wants to convert into things. And you literally have my little spiel on, like, here's how I would make a Pal World game. People keep telling me about it, and this is how I would make a Pal World game. This is how I would do it. I would literally just convert my team I currently have in Pal World and make it that. And make them the, like, here's how this would actually function. Here's how it would work. It's not very complicated. And, ta-da. Well, yeah, I already got. The thing is, I already got a game with that in mind. I could literally just backhack Nautomod for it. I'd even talk about it, you know, like, yeah, this is how you would do it. It wouldn't be that complicated. The numbers in Pal World are a little bit odd, but not really that odd. It's just the very Japanese thing of making really big numbers that don't really need to be that big. Because in Pal World, you'll have... The thing in, like, Pal World is that you'll have a weapon that does, like, 10,000 damage, like 1,000 damage. But it's not really 1,000 damage after you put in all the, actually, like, all the modifiers and shit for it. It's like, yeah, but that Pal has 18 billion HP or whatever the fuck. Make Scald a TRPG. See, the thing with making something like Scald a TRPG would be, it would literally just be like, here's Scald, the tabletop role-playing game extravaganza. It probably already is one, though. Yeah, that would be a game of trying to find the ideal games. I have an idea for them, but it's mostly a game of... I have an idea for how to make them work. But, let's see. Let's we need to work out. Difficulty bumps abilities. Mm. 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 Their attributes increase exponentially. Their sins indicate a number of unique features and abilities that the just backport Ultima. Yeah, sorry everyone, we're just making Ultima the tabletop role-playing game. How do we backport it? How do we backport Disco Elysium and all that? Backporting. Honestly, God, if I'm going to backport any game, it would just be EYE Divine Cybermancy. Being like, yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, sorry everyone. Yeah, we're gonna backport a psychedelic adventure game about finding yourself. You may think that this is going to be, a fun and exciting adventure talking about. You may think this is going to be a fun and exciting adventure about Disco Elysium. Wrong. It's going to be EYE Divine Cybermancy, the original Disco Elysium. Yeah, no, EYE Divine Cybermancy is peak. For those who don't know what EYE Divine Cybermancy is, it's a game about finding God and shooting it in the face with a gun that has Fuller Auto on it. Billions must I. Yeah, it's probably one of the very few games out there that have made me racist toward a group that doesn't exist. Solely based on the fact that other people kept telling me that the fucking Xion were the source of all our problems. And the answer is yeah, no, the Xion are the source of all our problems. Xion could be here, he said. There could be Xion here. Enter the cycles of guilt and you will never find your salvation. Trust not even yourself, you're not even yourself self. I should play EYE on stream just to fuck with people more than anything. Finally each Archon has their Mm. 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 Let's see, as their mortality, a measure of their... Yeah, let's see, the measure of their ability to keep a corporeal body. Yeah, fucking automatic mode. Yeah, welcome to automatic mode, where you don't even play the fucking game. It's game journalist mode. Let's see. I want to do. Oh. Let's see. The Archon will. Attacks based on points in the arena rather than targeting individual, not individual, other than individual adjudicators. Effectively, if I make a melee attack, I'm not actually making a melee attack. I attack everyone in the point where I am. That's a burst attack. Let me think. So to perform 4 attacks in a single round, you will minimum need to be a Blood-Soaked Requiem. Actually, that would be, no, you would need to be beyond humanity. But at that point, that's your entire gimmick. Let's think. What would be some boss gimmicks? What are some boss gimmicks? Do DMC. Let's think. Mm. 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 Or some boss gimmicks. Mm. 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 Effectively, being able to create magic circles means that you can use miraculous blasts for free. That does mean that you can just cast endlessly. That's whatever you can do. That's the secret of magic, is that you just create things. Actually, what I should do is mm, 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 mm. 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 Let's think. What would be some terrible boss gimmicks? Let's see. The Archon had. Let's see. The Archon has difficulty ×2 loci located around the arena. Each of these look destroyed. Teleporting attacks. Yep, wave motion. Let's see, going for the faith meme. Let's see, the Archon can only be killed with a holy relic. Can only be killed with a holy relic. Not killed with a holy relic or miracle. That's kind of the idea, being like, oh, hey, I can do extra damage to them. You know, on the other hand, they deal extra damage to me. So it's their, you know, they really fucking hate the faithful. They're gonna beat your ass. Let's see. Let's see what other horrifying bosses there are. Mm. 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 So, yeah. Mm. 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 Let's think. What kind of boss gimmicks? Let's see. Twilight phase of the battle, so effectively you're dying horribly because you're getting a shit ton of taint, and that means like miracles are going to get worse. Let's see. Here's a machinery, creates a sophisticated killing machine. They gain 2 steps to there. Go. So we want to make a abomination. Every minion. For, let's see, for an action. There we go. Sealy can use magic. They're kind of, the thing is, Sealy Court don't really want to fuck with you too much. They're actually a little bit weaker, but they actually get to roll. They're very easy. They can very easily dodge all your attacks, and they can also use magic, which is saying, hey, I can just blast you from 15 miles away using bullshit magic powers. Hee hee hoo hoo, I'm a gnome. You want to fight a fucking gnome, you do that. That we do. Oh, Nephilim. Nephilim, outsider. Ooh. Mm. 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 Dirty Morton. Don't really need to give Paranaturals anything. We're going to need to add in more of these. I think that stay. Actually, not perfect, but this should work for now. Okay. Okay, we're going to call it here. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Enemies somewhat work. This somewhat works, and it should be functional enough that enemies have a bit more going on now. One of the big things we're going to have to do is we're going to literally sit down one day and just write a bunch of sins. And I'll probably have to get some people in the server to write sins as well, or at least provide some ideas. Probably add in some new features for minions. That's just going to be kind of a community thing, just to get double up. One of the big things we can also bulk up. I'm going to put a note for myself here. There we go. We're going to bulk up literally bulk up page count by explaining each of the anima types. Nothing too extreme, and when we actually move on to the other versions of the game, if we ever do end up reaching that point, especially things like Belmont mode, we can actually add in more sins. We add in more explanation of the anima types, and we can add in more anima types to fight as well. We can also probably add in higher difficulty. Okay. That is better. We're doing it, everybody! Woo! Let's see, do we got anyone to, do we have anybody to raid? Let's see, do we got anyone to, well, Fillian's streaming, but I doubt Fillian really needs any of us. Pamu TV, obviously. Fifi, don't think they need us. We've got Virtual Oni-san. I mean, I don't know. They're Chibi streaming. Oh, look, everyone. It's the Chibi. Let's see. Do we got anyone on VT? Let's see. Is anybody streaming on VT? Yay! Hello, WVT. How are we doing today? What, you got anyone streaming? Fish Mink. That's Rest Cat Girls playing Life is Strange. Oh, CO's playing. CO's doing things. Do we raid the Aussie Hag? I don't think so, because we only raid once. Oh, we've got some Earthbound. 13 viewers. Let's check that voice. Alright, everyone. Who wants to go to jail? Yay, let's go to jail, everybody. She's not crying. So that's a plus from last time. Yay. No one's crying. I like it when no one cries. God fucking damn it. We're crying in a different way. Hee hee hoo hoo. Alright, see you later, everyone. 3, 2, 1, let's go.